Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning in. I'm Jerry Royce, and welcome to the Positive Power 21 Network with Uncovering Mr. Right, My Love Story. Please sit back, relax, release, and enjoy this presentation of Uncovering Mr. Right, My Love Story. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Positive Power 21. When it's all positive, it's all power. We are running the segment of Uncovering Mr. Right. This is where you have an opportunity for the ladies to listen to either single guys or married guys. The married guys will bring their perspective and insight on marriage. The young guys will tell you who they're looking for and why they're looking for that person and why they're single, because you always want to know why they're single, because everyone is single for a reason. But today, we have a married guy on the call, and his name is Douglas Franklin, and he's from the D.C. area, and he's married right now with children. He has a good job, and he's doing his thing. So how you doing, Doug? Welcome to the show, sir.
Hey, thanks for having me, Jerry.
My pleasure, man. It's good to have you on here, man, on the Positive Power Network. Now, Doug, before we dive into that important chapter in your life, how you met your wife. Tell us a little bit about yourself, man. Your interests, what you do for fun, and what you do for a living.
I have a lot of interests. Mostly, I really love learning things. So that's pretty much a common thread throughout my life. So I could just give you a list of things I like to learn, but I figured that would be kind of boring.
Well, just give it the fantastic things. Wallace.
I'm sorry? Oh, wow, you.
Yeah, Wallace, yeah.
Well, for fun, I like reading math.
Like reading math? Yeah, right.
There's a number, phi, which is also referred to as the golden mean. So, the number phi has a lot to do with things that are beautiful. That number and other numbers are ways to, or math that you can read about that are more interesting than just calculations. They have to do with nature itself. So I like reading. And I know that you talk to me a lot about programming. Yeah, I do programming for fun, and that's kind of it. Besides that and and work. There's my family. They're pretty much the fun I like to have.
All right. Well, how about what's the fun things you like to do with the family?
Lately we've been going to the gym and working out. We have sort of a health focus, and my kids are getting old enough that we're getting invited to school for plays and ballet recitals and martial arts and that sort of thing.
Good, good.
It's amazing to watch them grow and sort of develop their own lives. Yeah, I didn't imagine it would be just like this.
I know kids are so interesting. Just little people, man. That's all. I mean, of course, they look like babies to us in the beginning, but they just little people. That's what I call them. All right. Sound good, Doug. Now, what do you do for a living?
Yeah, I work for the federal government. And basically that's it.
Nothing exciting there,
huh? What's that?
I said nothing exciting there? Working for your public servant. That should be exciting.
Yeah. It's exciting when I feel like I deliver for a person. Like I do work for Americans, I work for America. But when you're sort of knee deep in the workaday thing of it, it's hard to see the people that I'm helping, and every once in a while, a particular person gets a particular kind of help that's very valuable to them. Mm-hmm. So when that happens, that's very rewarding.
It is, and I just want to let our audience know that Doug and I we do work together. I haven't been working with him for several months now, probably almost 7-8 months. Maybe longer, but we pretty much have the same primary job, and I can say one of the most rewarding things to me is when you get one of those people on the phone and they're asking for help, and you really get a chance to really help them. You get a chance to take your personal skill set, which is being human, and feel what they're going through. And then when you get through that with them, and they are just so thankful, man, it's like somebody landed $1 million in your lap. Feel the same way, Doug?
I really do. I really do. And sometimes they're so grateful that they make a special effort to communicate. To help them, and that's very nice too.
Yeah, it is, but especially when they get attached to you. And I mean, like, it's a few times I actually give them my email. I don't care, a lot of people don't like to do that, but I give them my email. Says anything I could do for us, so please don't share it with your neighbors and your friends. But I'll be glad to help you anytime you need help. Because I said we do work on a number range, and I'll do anything I can to make sure you're happy, and they respect that too, man. A lot of people don't never say that, and I think that's why they feel uncomfortable giving out their email, because they end up giving out to everybody in their circle.
Right. You got to make a little rule or two, and that helps.
Yeah, but it is a fulfilling job when we get an opportunity to really. And sometimes you kind of resent that duty they give you, the phone duty. But I always say, something's good gonna come out of this, and I just take it with a smile on my face, man. Customer service. That's who I am. All right, man. It's great to hear. The background a little bit, and also, You're basically a kind of a programmer. You enjoy building websites and ticking around with and troubleshooting programs, and building innovative things.
Talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. Just tell us, you're an innovative guy. All right.
Yeah. I started programming in 1994, and the web was kind of exploding back then. It was relatively new. So it was possible to create a website sort of from the ground up, and I had a buddy that was he was a mobile DJ. He would take DJ equipment and take it to your house and have a party at your place. So he recruited me to work with his DJ business, and I wanted to figure out how to connect the DJ business to the web. So after a while, I created I was a terrible DJ. Well, mostly because I didn't like music or DJing, and there's a bit of stage fright there, and the people are expecting a lot from you, and it was kind of hard for me. So I wanted to make it easier for me to DJ because I wanted to help out my buddy. And I wanted to connect that to the internet. So I did a couple things. I made a database of all the music. Well, actually, made a database of all the music. And we put that database online and made it so that when we went to the gigs, the music and the experience that the people wanted, it was a lot easier to give them what they wanted because we could sort of pre-plan in advance.
Mm-hmm.
And, that experience sort of laid the groundwork for everything that I like about programming and the web and computers now, because it was possible it was possible for someone that really wasn't into DJing to learn how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
While I was having the learning curve, I could still deliver a good service. So
that's right.
That, I try to do that with kind of everything that I do now.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of rules and information that we have to manage. So if one day we can get that into a database or some sort of computerized system that is fun to use, then the level and the enjoyment of the service that we deliver can be, a person can learn it a lot faster and a lot more enjoyably, and you can produce that fun for the employee and also for the person in the public.
That's right. That's right. That's true, man. And we need guys like you out there, man.
And that's true for anything. Like for sports, for law, for medicine. Like there are people that kind of do it a special way whatever it is they're doing. And if you want to follow them carefully, it's possible for them to sort of document what they're doing without having to do too much work with the documentation and like describing their style. And you can learn from a person and learn from their style and add your own style without it having to take 10 or 20 years for you to combine the styles and like deliver a positive experience.
That's right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yep. That is so true, man. All right, Doug, we appreciate you sharing your background with us, man. So now we're ready to move into the good stuff. And again, this is Uncovering Mr. Right. We young ladies are trying to understand the way the man mind works. And of course, all of us are just so complex, so that's the way God made us. But we're learning each other, and this is one of the programs where the young ladies have an opportunity to know the men, because there's a lot of programs out there that's geared towards women. So this one, Uncovering Mr. Right, is about us. All right. So Doug, tell us how long have you been married?
It'll be 12 years on June 28th.
Good. And you remember that date, man? That's real good. Some of us are still getting our dates mixed up, man. You got that one down. All right, good for you.
Well, my wife is from Mexico, so we kind of have two wedding dates.
Oh, get out of here. All right.
Yeah, we have the U.S. date and the Mexico date.
All right, cool. All right, Doug, so this is the question. We want to know, what kind of guy were you in high school? Then were you the guy that was, was you on the football team, or were you in the computer lab? What kind of guy were you?
Wow. Yeah, I was the invisible guy.
So the pretty and the homie girls didn't see you. Is that what you're saying? Nobody saw you.
Well, there are the groups, the jocks, the nerds, whatever group you fit into.
Mm-hmm.
There was always the sort of another generic group that, and I was part of that group.
Oh man. So what did you guys do? I mean, what was your thing?
Yeah, kind of. We would just hang out. Like, there were kids in the neighborhood that played basketball, and I love basketball. I was playing that, and that was great to meet lots of different people. But I'm short, so I would never make the team or anything like that. Yeah,
it's pretty tough. If you're not 6'1" or 6'2". Nowadays that's short for basketball. So I understand. All right. Okay. So you had your own little cluster group. Now, so in other words, so you're saying, so the really pretty girls, the popular girls didn't see you. Then you had the average girls, maybe the cute girls with the nice bodies didn't see you. And then you had the little homie crowd who's, the bookworms, they didn't see you neither. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's true, but because of that, I kind of eliminated myself.
And why is that?
Oh yeah, like romance, I didn't really consider that as an option for myself.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So if there was someone that I was interested in, I would just tell them directly and romantic. So if this person tells you, I like you, I want to go out with you, let's do something on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
That's the offer that I might have even said, like, that's the offer that's on the table. What do you want to do?
Wow, you a straightforward guy then.
What's that?
I said you were straightforward.
Very, yeah. So
what kind of responses did you get from that?
Yeah, it's easy for me to say that there are bad responses, but like if I had been patient, like maybe the person needed a little more time, or I could have been a bit more smooth or something.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there was just not a lot of dating, and like that was fun. Now, I did come up with a girlfriend at one point.
Ah.
And yeah, that was interesting and fun, and I expected it to end, and it did, and kind of that was that. Like,
somebody went off to college?
No, she was interested in someone else, and yeah, I asked her about that, and she told me, and that was that.
That's how the the little guys get. That's how we lose our girlfriends. It's not like you say, "Hey, I found somebody else and I'm moving on." They just tend to like, "I'm interested in somebody else, and it was great. Thank you for the candy." That was one of the breakups I had gotten. She said, "I think I was in the third grade." She said, "Thank you for the candy."
No, I appreciated that. Well, in the long run, I appreciated that. At the time, like any breakup is emotionally
it is
difficult.
It is. It is. And it's funny, Doug, you say that because at that age, that's a dangerous age to fall in love. I think you should keep it moving. My experience, listening to what other people go through, I think you should keep it moving. What you think about that, at age 17, 18, 19, and 20?
The world and your emotions and just everything seems so big at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So just being all business, like that's not, if you pull that off, not easy. That is not easy. But I agree with you, yeah. If it can work out that way, if it works out that you took care of business and your grades were good and you got into a good college and blah, 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 then yeah, like, that's a really good thing if it works for you like that.
Yeah, just keep it moving. Because if you, especially if you're an average guy and then you just stumble across a real beauty, she didn't know how fine she was, and she became your lady, and you talking about 17, 18, and you fall in love, man. That's a really, really tough age, man. That's, just like you said, emotional. It's tough. You can't really handle that, man. Especially since you should be focusing on your your schoolwork, trying to get through to the next chapter in your life, which would be getting a job after college. That's too much to handle for a young guy.
At the time, my parents were very strict, so that was instrumental and pretty helpful.
Oh, really? Your parents were real strict?
Oh, yeah. My parents, yeah, they were very. I could describe it more, but that'll suffice.
Were you the only child?
Oh no, I'm the oldest of 5.
Oh wow.
So along the strict lines, I had a couple jobs. After school jobs, I bussed tables at a Japanese restaurant, and I worked at a nursing home. So yeah, between the schoolwork and the strictness, and why not just go to work? Like that was part of sort of keeping on. Also, not being part of a clique and just keeping it moving.
All right, so now we know what kind of guy you were in high school, and then you're moving into college. So what was going on in college? Did you do a lot of dating back then? Did you find a real nice young lady that you wanted to settle down with, or, you were still hitting and missing?
And I was still doing the bookworm thing. The buddy that I mentioned with the DJ business,
mm-hmm.
He was the sort of party central. He was a very fun person, and he insisted that I socialize, like in the fraternity that he was in, and with lots of friends that he would hang out with. Like any of the bars or any of the parties that I've been to, I've pretty much been to with him. Having meeting people and having fun, sort of being a wingman of his, which was just fine with me at the time. So if I hadn't met him, then we'd be telling the story of a pretty sad, dank story. But I did being good friends with a lot of good people that were sort of pulling me along for the ride, which was really good.
Yeah, it is, man. It's always good to have a wingman that's real laid back and he's just enjoying the experience. Man, I had a couple good wingmans back in my time, because you can't have a person with you just like you. Well, you'd be both crazy, pulling women up. They think you're crazy. But if you have a nice guy that's, he's calm and he's just enjoying the moment, that guy can help make you a better person when you're out there, trying to pull women. All right. That's good, man. Good job.
My favorite story of hanging with him was yeah, I asked this beautiful woman to go out clubbing in D.C. We were at the University of Maryland at the time. And, to make my long story short, the night ended with her slamming on the gas at a red light. because I was too fuddy-duddy and doting and slow for her style. And she just wanted to get to, the next place that we were going. So, so that pretty much ruined everyone's night because she's sort of melting down, and she was a very temperamental person. So me and the buddy, we were talking about some of the things later. He's like, yeah, well, she's this kind of girl, and why didn't you think of doing this other thing and taking charge? You got to take charge with a person like that. And she was explaining other things, and I just understood that there's just different people. There's just different people for me, and there's different people for her. And finding your kind of person is a big part of what you want to do when you're finding the right person.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, man. All right, so let's get into the next chapter of Uncovering Mr. Wright, and we're going to ask you, how did you meet Miss Wright? How did you meet her?
Yeah, that's the same old non-romantic directness. Worked on someone else. So I met her through work. She was in town on a field trip because they worked at the consulate in Mexico. And I wanted to ask her out. I didn't get a chance to. I called a mutual friend, and the friend told me that they were leaving town the next day. So when they arrived back at the office in Mexico, I gave her a call and told her about what I was thinking while she was here. And can we keep in touch? Yeah, I'd like to find out what kind of person you are. Anyway, maybe I'll never see you again. You seem like a very interesting person that I'd like to get to know better. So, that's what we did. We kept in touch. And we talked twice a week for about a year. And things went extremely well during that year. So I guess I am a family man. I try to run away from cliches. I certainly would apply that label to myself. And she was open to that sort of. She was open to connecting with a family man. So we solidified our plans, and we were married a little over a year after I met her. I was pleasantly surprised that the long-distance relationship worked out.
Wow. And so how did you get engaged? Tell us about the engagement.
Oh, yeah. It was... I just informed her that... I just informed her that, I would love to marry you and, build a life together. How do you feel about that? And we just worked that out. So the engagement was pretty short because we had a good rapport up to that point. So it was pretty much a matter of working out the details of the weddings, and we had to do immigration and that sort of thing. So it was a pretty matter of fact sort of business-like experience.
So you didn't get down on one knee?
No, not at all. Well, I do. I kind of do that now every day. I'm the one that makes dinner and sort of does the domestic role each day.
I got
you. So that's my way of showing how much I love her and how much I care about her, and my piece thing's done.
So did you guys fall in love over the phone, long distance? Is that what happened, or y'all got married first and then the deep love fell into play?
It was kind of a slow burn. Yeah, like we started out sort of just friends, and it sort of built up into something like, whoa, yeah, this could like turn into something really special.
Mm.
So yeah, when after like 6 months, when I started considering that, yeah, things were getting pretty serious. Like that's when I first started thinking about how hot they could be too, and yeah, that's we started discussing that.
So how old were you guys when you got married?
Yeah, I was 35.
Wow, that's late, man. That's pretty late, 35.
Well, yeah, I was about 3 years before that. I was coming off of a devastating, devastating bad divorce. That was very bad.
You was married before?
Yes.
Oh, get out of here. Wow. So tell us a little bit about that. What happened with that?
Yeah, we got together because I can kind of see him on the surface like a like someone that an accountant would love. So the person, my first wife, is very disciplined and serious, and she hits all of her marks. So yeah, if you're connected to her, then it's very important for you to be a disciplined, serious person that hits all of your marks, like never being late, don't ever embarrass me, that sort of thing.
Right.
And that's fine for people that are disciplined and hit all their marks. But yeah, and on the surface, I might seem like that kind of person, but I'm sort of not.
So how long did that last?
Yeah, we were married for, I think, 3 years.
So you just grinded it out.
What's it? Yeah. Yes.
So it lasted longer than it should have.
Yes, yeah. Well, it should never have gotten started in the first place. And looking back, we both knew that.
Mm.
But we were pretty impatient, the two of us.
Yeah. So what happened? You fell in love with her pretty fast? Is that what happened?
My first wife?
Yes.
We dated for a little while, and I kind of felt obliged to keep things moving forward. So, yeah. She was very religious.
Oh, okay. Religion played a part.
Right. And when we started making out and going further and that sort of thing, like she believed that she wasn't the type of person that took the physical thing that going out can be lightly. She didn't take that lightly. So, thinking that I'm not the kind of girl that just fools around and dumps people, or I don't take the whole physical thing lightly. So, if you're going to be with me, like, you got to be marriage minded. So, like, let's keep this ball rolling.
Whoa.
And at the time, I was of a mind to think, well, yeah, I'm open to that. You're like a nice enough person. Let's keep on going. But both of us had no business like thinking, being so casual about marriage in particular. And we had no business not being more selfish about our own lives. Like, that's your life. Like, that's her life and that's my life. Like, don't just tie the knot with just anyone. And you asked me about falling in love. I don't think that either one of us was really in love. We were just sort of like moving ahead.
Yeah.
That's not the right way to conduct a relationship. But you live and learn.
That's right. That's good advice for our young people, man. Especially people who pushing themselves into a relationship because especially women, because a lot of times they just want that fairy tale wedding. This guy he's better than the last guy. He's a somewhat of a fit. So that's good advice, man. I'm glad you shared that story.
Oh, okay. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, that was right on time, man. All right, so now fast forwarding, your second marriage is going well. You guys have, you said 3 children?
Two, a girl and a
2.
boy.
All right, good. Now, what is that like for you now? You have the wife that you relocated. Now, your wife was living in Mexico, and you moved over here to the States. Was it something that she had to adjust, or did you guys have an adjustment period that she had to make, being away from her family?
Oh yeah, definitely. There was a culture shock for her, and at the time I was having a little trouble at work, so there was me dealing with issues at work, and she was dealing with her culture shock. But that kind of worked out for us, that we had some adversity in our lives, because that made us really work together on just. We had our new marriage that we were working out.
Right.
We were surviving together. And to this day, I really appreciate that, I was in a fight, and she was a person, fighting with me.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she appreciates that she had an adjustment to make, and I was doing everything that I could to be available for her to do that.
Right.
Without stressing her out.
That's deep, man, because she's a long way from home.
Right, yeah. But since we've been back to her house, we've been to Mexico, and I know the in-laws pretty well. My kids are going to Mexico this summer to spend the summer with Abuelito and Abuelita.
Great. All right. So now you guys have your 2 kids now. Now, how long did you guys wait before you decided to have children?
Yeah, we waited 4 years. Actually, I must have been 33. We waited 4 years, and I was 37 when when my first child was on the way.
All right. Good. And how's that experience been, man, fatherhood?
Oh, wow. Yeah, for my entire life I've been afraid of children and the expense of diapers and food and the responsibility and that whole thing.
Right.
I've been taught to wait till you're ready to have kids. And I just wasn't ready to have kids. But when the first one arrived, I from the other side of it, I wish I had started earlier, because if I'd known that it was going to be this wonderful, then I would have sort of built the infrastructure that they needed. Yeah. And then I didn't realize that I could have been ready a lot sooner, but it's still pretty fantastic.
Yeah, but everything happens for a reason, I mean, it probably was the best time for you, the decision you made at the time, waiting to have children. Because one, you want to make sure the relationship is solid. You want to have time you want to have quality time with her, because once children come into play, they steal that time away for a long time,
That's true.
So you want to be able to do things together, get a chance to learn each other, understand each other, go through your up and downs. Then you got the challenges of building your career together, maybe going back to school. So it's a whole lot of stuff that's happening that sometimes it's not room for children. It's like a bad fit at the time. And then it creates problems.
Yeah, it could create problems, but the thing that I really love, the thing that I like about my wife is we've learned how to love each other, and there's kind of a getting things done business way that you love people. You make sure there's food in the house and what everybody needs and that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But when you see someone committed to building something with you for for a long time, and it's almost been 12 years now, then it's hard not to just jump for joy about that. And you're like, wow. I knew I was gonna marry you. I knew I had the hots for you. I knew the stuff on the surface, but this deep stuff, I wish I could have seen that too, because that would have been truly amazing to see the whole way. But you don't really see it until after a good while of going through the trenches together.
Yeah, that's good for you, man. I'm happy for you, Doug.
Oh, I appreciate that. I'm happy for you
Yeah.
too.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Let me ask you this question, Doug. So, are you living your dream?
Wow. The one piece that's missing is enough money to live off of the investments.
Yeah, but that's gonna come in due time, man.
What's that?
I said that's gonna come in due time.
Yep. I think so. I think you're right about that. But yeah, the car I drive is a beat up minivan, and for me, that's part of my dream.
Yeah,
Like
man.
my first wife would slap me for saying that. Yeah, my current wife and my kids are here, living this dream with me.
That's right, man. You live an American dream, man. When things happen, I mean, that's why we grind every day, man, and become. You have a very creative and innovative mind. It's always working, and eventually you're going to push that right button, and something big is going to happen for you. And the good thing is, sometimes even if it doesn't, it's the challenge, man. Man is always trying to reinvent the wheel. Sometimes we don't think it should be perfectly rounded. It could move another way, and that's just the way you and our mind works. But that's what makes life so interesting.
I couldn't agree more. I could not agree more.
And at the same time, you're building your family, you're teaching your kids, you're raising your kids, you're taking care of your wife, you're loving your wife. That's a beautiful thing, man. That's living the dream.
My son's gonna build the robots with me. Yeah, that's gonna be the real dream right there. Like you said, the money is gonna come or not. But yeah, when I'm building robots with him and his sister.
Mhm.
Yeah, I couldn't think of anything better than that.
I know, man. I had a similar dream, but mine was I'm riding my bike. And my children are trailing me, and we're on a bike ride. We're riding a bike trail together. That was my dream, just a simple one like that.
Yep. Absolutely.
Because I always had a big love and a big fondness for, bike ride. I always just felt that was like meditating to me, man. And I just want to share that with them someday. And hopefully, they're not great bike riders right now, but maybe later on. Things are so different now. They just can't grab their bike and go outside and play anymore. It's like you have to throw the bikes in the car and take them to the school and let them ride around. So I keep saying every year I'm going to get a bike rack for the truck and just throw the bikes. So now they both outgrew their bikes. So now they got to buy 2 new bikes, and who knows if my bike needs to be repaired now. Yeah. And I still haven't gotten a bike rack yet.
Like you said, yeah, it's the challenge.
Yeah, but that's what makes life so interesting, man. You dream these things, you visualize it, and it will happen. I keep visualizing it every summer that we're going to go bike riding, and I always take them over to the school and let them ride. My daughter rides very well. She a little shaky when it comes to riding on sidewalks, but that just means she's probably ready for a trail. But now she's ready for another bike, because she's about as tall as me now. So I'm going to have to get her a new bike. And then my son, he still needs to learn how to ride a bike. Yeah, but that's what life is all about, man. And the other thing is, my wife never learned how to ride a bike.
She doesn't ride a bike right now?
Well, my wife never learned. When she was young, she had older parents, and her sister was, a little older than her, and, they didn't do that with her, take her outside and show her how to ride a bike. So she just stayed in the house and entertained herself with TV.
Wow. Is she open to learning how to ride a bike?
Nope.
More challenge for your dream.
Yeah, just the stationary bike, would be pleasing. That's all. I accept that. Just to maintain the heart, keep the heart strong.
Maybe you learn how to ride a bike so you can have your dream.
Yeah, who knows? Yeah, but it's funny because when I was visualizing, this happened, I never saw her in the picture. Even before we got married, I just saw the girl and the boy. Even though I have two boys and a girl, I just saw the boy and the girl, riding behind me while we, taking on a bike trail, and not like a dirt trail. It's like a smooth pavement. It's a real pretty day, and I'm just feeling it. Just feeling it, man.
Right. So your wife wasn't even necessarily part of the picture at first, and then when you met her and things turned out really well, yeah, you were more amazed than you thought you would be, I'm sure.
Yep, I was, man. Cause it's funny because when we were living in when we first got married, we was living in our townhouse. I took my bike. I bought a really expensive bike when I was around like 18, 19, and I kept it was a touring bike, and so I used it when I used to compete. And there was long bike rides that clubs put on. So I take really good care of it. It has special tires and everything. It's tuned up. And what happened was I had a neighbor that was bike riding. And it's funny, his wife never bike ride with us, starting out. And then later on, she decided to get a bike. And we started riding together, all of us. And then we would go out to Columbia. And he would have his two girls, his wife, and all of us would be riding. I said, wow, man, this is exactly what I was visualizing, except for the wife wasn't in the picture.
Right.
So hey, it's what it is, man. But look, Doug, let's move to the next quarter. Well, I guess we take a couple more minutes because I do have another show coming right behind yours, and I appreciate the time you have given us, telling us, your journey with both marriages, which is very interesting, man, because a lot of people need to know the good and the bad when it comes to these types of relationships, right?
Right.
All right, so we just want to know, well, go ahead.
That first person wasn't a bad person at all. I learned a lot of valuable things. It's possible for a couple to be just incompatible, and it's also valuable to know not to force it. Like, you can find someone really cool, but it's not going to work, and you just have to let them go.
Yeah.
And in the moment, you're like, that's a perfectly good person.
It just wasn't the good fit for you. All right.
Right.
Now
and if you ignore the lack of fit, then that perfectly good person could be a perfectly bad person for you.
No, you're so right. All right, Doug. So we're going to take this next 5 minutes before we end the show, and just tell us where you see, your future, but where you and your wife trying to go. Where you see you guys in the next 5 to 10 years. As the kids move into their teenage years. Where you see you guys.
Yeah, we're committed to finishing paying off the house. And after that, we have some travel plans. If our financial plans work out like we're planning them, then the kids will be the right age for them to sort of do their own thing if possible, if necessary, and for us to sort of explore the world in a way that we haven't been for the past 7 years.
Mm.
So that's pretty much the plan in the near future. So
what you guys think about taking a European trip of some sort, like a 10-day trip, excursions?
Oh, everywhere that we can afford to go. Yeah, her favorite country is Germany. So yeah, we would probably start with Europe first.
Yeah.
But it would be fantastic to visit a few places in Africa as well, and maybe Australia.
So you guys are talking about doing this while you're still in your careers, or you're talking about after you retire?
Yeah, it could be done in our careers, but it would be tricky because even 2 weeks in a great place, it can seem too short.
That's true.
We might be able to swing the 2 weeks, but that being too short, we would have to do something else still, maybe.
Yeah, what's so sad that, well, not, I wouldn't say sad, but unfortunate that, we both work in international, and we couldn't take advantage of, doing a detail in like Spain or Italy or someplace like that, and experience the culture while still providing our government service.
Yeah, but being there, talking to the people, that's better than nothing, I would think.
Yeah, but I mean, as far as like having an opportunity to spend 4 months on a detail in Spain or somewhere or Germany, and you still, you don't have to, clock off the clock and burn your leave up for 3-4 weeks or months, would be nice.
That's where the entrepreneurship thing comes in. Yeah, like if a person wants to do that, then you just have to make a business work.
Yeah, that's right, man. Just start clocking some dollars.
That's the cool thing about work these days, is that any knowledge work you can take it wherever you want to go. So once you get a knowledge work thing going, then yeah, you can travel as much as you want or need to. That's
right, man. That's right. All right. Well, look, Doug, I appreciate having you on the show, man, and sharing your life journey with us. We wish you and your family the best, man, and Godspeed. And we'd like to have you on one day. Maybe we have an opportunity to get a panel of men talking about their challenges. We'd love to have you on, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me on, and I wish that I had a more entertaining story for you.
No, man, it was great, man. I mean, everybody brings their own story, man. This is your story. There's no other story like it. And the thing that was so unique about your story, man, you was really honest. We got a chance to know who you started out to be, and you seem so happy. That was the purpose of you being on the show.
Yep.
So you agree with that?
Well, I'm sorry?
I said you agree with that?
Definitely. All
right, and before you go, man, any last comments or insight you'd like to give, the ladies out there that's still looking and searching for their Mr. Right?
Well, yeah, just that many people believe that they're difficult to deal with. Yeah, many people think that they're just the wrong person for everybody, and that they won't connect with the person of their dreams. And I think that's inaccurate to think that way. Yeah, it's a matter of searching and finding that person that you're looking for. Like you gotta keep your mind open, your options open, and the person that's looking for you, he will find you and ask you out, and hopefully you'll see it that that's the person for you, and do your part in making it happen too.
All right, man. Appreciate that, man. We appreciate having you on Positive Power 21.org, Uncovering Mr. Right, My Love Story. That's Doug Franklin, my friend. He gave it to us, and I hope, ladies, that you understand, basically what guys going through in their earlier ages. Sometimes some of us just not ready at the time you think we should. And that was proof right there. Doug was ready at age 35, right, Doug?
Right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, hold the line. Again, Doug, we appreciate having you on, man, and you be safe out there. I know we're about to have a snowstorm coming through the Baltimore area, but you hang in there, man. Don't go out there and try to shove all that snow by yourself.
All right.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Yep.
That ends our presentation, and thank you for joining us at Uncovering Mr. Right, My Love Story. Please visit us at uncoveringmrright.com, separated by hyphens. This has been a Royce Enterprises production. Also join us at positivepower21.org, where we get positive. Thank you for joining us, and have a great evening.